Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't believe I'm making this video. I'm ashamed to be making this video. It's so not funny. It's okay. When I was looking at my most and least used handbags of 2022, I came across the shocking discovery that there are a number of handbags in my collection that I have never, ever used. Not even once. Not even once. Bags at this money that sit around me that I've used once are a disgrace. Bags in this collection that I have never used. I think it's nervous laughter. I think it's nerves or shame or all of the above. Okay, let's get into it. These are the 5 luxury handbags in my collection that I have never ever used. These are not counting the bags that are sitting over here in boxes and bags that I haven't unboxed yet at the time that I'm filming this. So if I have unboxed any of those at the time this goes live, I'm not counting those. So I'm not counting bags that are brand new and still sitting in bags and boxes and haven't been unboxed yet. No, nervous laughter. I'm only counting bags in my collection that sit around me on these shelves that I have never used. And the first one, these are hurtful, disgraceful, and all sorts of those adjectives. Never used it. It's not for sale. I love it. I tracked this down with the help of all of you. Dale got it for me in Australia, shipped it over. I love it, but I've never used it. And I think it's a mixture of things. One, I still haven't got around to sending it to get the strap extended. And this is the bag that I want to be able to throw across me and wear really quite casually and wear almost as a carefree Chanel bag to throw across me that fits a bit more in it than a mini. And to do that, the strap at the minute is just a little bit too short for me. I don't feel that it's a comfortable length on my torso. I feel like it sits a little bit high. I could maybe get away with it, but it's not where I really want to wear it. That's the first thing. The second thing is I want to be able to throw it across me and wear it carefree, but it's cashmere. Rains a lot here. And it looks like a Christmas jumper. It reminds me of a Christmas jumper. And you wear Christmas jumpers at Christmas in the winter. Rains a lot here. So that is also something that's probably going to restrict its use. But I got this for a really, really good price. I didn't pay anywhere close to a new Chanel bag price for this. So that's okay that it will have lesser use because it's cashmere and there'll be circumstances you can't take it outside. But it needs to be worn. It needs to be worn. So I need to get my acting gear and get around to getting this extended because that is a part of it. I have went to look and wear this bag a few times and I've put it on me and I haven't wanted to wear it like this because I've wanted to be very casual and just throw it across me and it's just sat a little bit short and I've taken it off and putting it back. And that I do think is an issue. So this needs to be extended pretty quickly so I can get out of the walk of shame on this bag because never ever worn. Ridiculous. Number 2, and this is the only one that I might get a little bit of a pass on because I only unboxed it pretty recently, and it is the beautiful, stunningly beautiful Chanel Classic Flap in the 19S Iridescent Pink with the gold hardware in the medium size. And this is a bag that, as I say, I only unboxed it very, very recently, but I did have it for about 1.5 years before I unboxed it. And if that sounds crazy, I will link that video up above and you can check out that story. But this bag I had for 1.5 years before I unboxed. And you would think, after all that time of this bag being here and me not being able to use it or open it, that as soon as I got it open, I would be busting to use it. But I haven't used it yet. Now, it hasn't been open that long, it hasn't been unboxed that long ago, and I'm hoping that's the only reason. Rod from the Luxe Theory tracked this bag down for me within my budget, and she is absolutely stunning. but she needs to be used, and she can't at this price. She just can't be a bag that's never used, and I'm hoping it's only because she's not out of her box all that long. I don't know why I'm doing this video for the crack, but number 3. I know. And if anybody sees a theme in the colours, like the pinky colours, I don't want to hear it. Because if anybody wants to tell me that that is the reason why you shouldn't have that many bags in the same colour, la 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 la, don't want to know, don't want to hear it. Because there might be sense to that, and I just don't want to hear it. I don't want that advice, because there is a theme of the bags that I have never used, and something has to tie into that with the amount of versions of bags in this colour scheme that I have to pick from. Can't be helping the fact that these aren't getting used, but I don't want to have that sensible discussion, and I don't want to reflect on buying the same colour bag so much and why that might be a bad thing, because I just don't want to. So this bag, it's absolutely stunning, and this bag's not for sale either. I love this bag. I just haven't used it, and it is the Louis Vuitton Petite Malle with the light pink leather, the rose gold hardware, and it is the 1854 collection, which is like embroidery, brocade embroidery here. And the Petite Malle, as we have established over the last few months, is one of my absolute favourite bags. I think the bag is a vibe. I absolutely love it. I will think of outfits to wear my monogram version. I love it. I stalk the website looking at them. Now they've gone up in price since I bought mine, but very expensive, but I still stalk the website looking at them. But I haven't used this one. And I'm not selling it because I love the look of it. I love this bag. I think that the only reason I haven't worn this, or I know the only reason that I haven't used this, is because of this fabric. Now, I am not someone who is scared to use bags. I generally use all of my bags, be they tweed, be they the Artie Capucine, be they lambskin, whatever, I generally use them. I have a photograph with the Birkin filled with groceries, and somebody commented on my Instagram, get the bottles out of the Birkin, because I use my bags. But this one, this is fabric, it's embroidery. And I am very, very conscious that if I set this down on a table, and if somebody had even spilt a little bit of water, let alone red wine or a cocktail that I drink, or something that looks like one of my children's multicoloured concoctions, it's ruined. It's absolutely ruined. If this gets set on it, this leather is a bit higher than this, but it's not, it's still going to seep into this. If there's water spilt on a surface, and I had, say, for example, set this on the table and something gets spilt, this bag is ruined, it's seeping into this. And I'm very conscious of that because it's a very expensive bag, and it's also a very beautiful bag, and I don't want to ruin it. Likewise, I'm a great believer in not spending this sort of money on bags not to use. I'm a great believer in that, and I don't think that when we buy these sorts of bags we shouldn't use them. But if it makes me a hypocrite, it may do, because I am cautious of this. I am very cautious of this, and I would need to take this somewhere that I know probably that there won't be alcohol involved, that I will have a table or a chair or somewhere to set this, that it's not at risk of getting something spilt on it, that my kids probably aren't going with me. I just would need to know that this is going to be okay, like my third child. And I know it's ridiculous because it needs to be used, but that is genuinely why this bag has never been used. Next. Never used it. This is the Chanel bag that I had bought before last Christmas, I think. But I had bought quite a few bags and things, and I am very good at, if I see a lot of things or if there's price increases or something and I buy a lot of things at one go that would not normally be my spending that I would normally make, or that I would have went over what I would normally spend, I will keep them and almost gift them to myself at later times whenever something comes around or there's a reason for it, rather than having and opening everything at one go. I know it sounds crazy because I've bought it and I've spent the money and it's mine and it's in my home, but that's just how my mind works, and I can't do anything about it. I'm just not comfortable with opening and buying lots and lots and lots of bags at a very short period of time, and I will make myself wait. I don't know. I'm sure there's a psychiatrist's dream in there. It might be from my background of not coming from much money or whatever. I don't know. But I had bought this bag for a really good price actually, because it was an older collection and I fell in love with the big tacky strap. I just love the big tacky strap. It gives me 80s vibes. And I had kept this bag for, I don't even know why. And then it came to my birthday this year and I was doing Ban Island. And I had originally said I would come off for my birthday, but I decided not to, because one, I was getting this room done. I had spent a lot of money. I'd bought a lot of things. There was things on my wish list that I knew I'd be looking for. And I didn't want to spend money just for the sake of it, because it was my birthday when I had this in a box, basically. So I gifted myself this for my birthday and just opened this as a bag I already had. And I do love it. I love the strap. This is probably what drew me to this. I also love the colour. It's like a corally orange colour. It has a pocket along the back. It is a seasonal bag, so it's not a classic. It's a bit softer. It's a bit more slouchy, but I've never used it. And I finally took it out of its box and gifted it to myself in August of this year, and we're now in December. So from December to August, this bag has never been used, and I don't really know what that says about that. Not anything good anyway. Oh, this is hard. I don't know. I just haven't used it, and I really need, it may be what I don't want to address, the elephant in the room, in that I have a lot of bags that are similar colours. So when I would go to use this, there's competition. I'm thinking about the blue and orange and coral tweed Chanel down there would go with a lot of the same stuff as this. The Fendi, which is one of the least used, this sequenced bag. There's just other bags as well. And it's not that I like them more, I've just obviously reached for them and this one hasn't been used. So I'm not selling it. I do still love it, but it's something I need to keep an eye on. And finally, number 5. The 5th bag that I've never ever used. And this is a bag that I get regular messages about to see if I will sell. And I won't sell. I'm not selling. But I've never used. But I love. It is my Lady Dior in the small size with this beautiful, beautiful pink metallic multicoloured iridescent hardware against the pink at the back, and it has the same on these. Love this bag, think it's absolutely stunning, think it's something special, but look, there's the tags. The tags aren't even off this bag. There's the big Dior tag. Oh dear, now this is hard. Never worn it. I think the reason I have never worn this, one, it probably ties into what we're just saying, in that I have a lot of bags in similar colours and they all have to fight for their spot, I suppose. And when I go to use a pink bag, there is a huge amount of competition because I have a lot of pink bags. And I bought this bag not that long before the Birkin came, and the Birkin is here. And when the Birkin came, I was a little bit obsessed with the Birkin. One, I had never spent that sort of money on a bag before. 2, it was the exact specifications that I had wanted. 3, I just love it. I think it's a really fun bag. And I know the Birkin and the Kelly gets a little bit of criticism about being outdated or older or not trendy. But I think if you buy it in a colour that works for you, that is your type of colour, it can be very, very fun. And I have found it a very fun bag to use. But because I used it that much when it arrived, this little baby, I think, paid the price. And when I was thinking of a pink handheld, now this does have a crossbody strap, but if I was thinking of a pink bag that wasn't a tiny mini bag, that was a little bit bigger, instead of reaching for this one, I went for the Birkin. And that's why this has never been used. But she's also not for sale, but I've never used her. And I've had her for, I don't want to count how many months, quite a few. And that's my confessional. This has been a video of shame to have these 5 bags sitting in my collection that have never been used, and I can see 3 bags and boxes over here that haven't been unboxed. So I've clearly went and bought them and still had 5 bags here that I've never used. It's not right. I know that. I hear it. So I am, what am I going to do about it? I suppose now that I have this setup in this room and I can see the bags and all a lot more, and I know that's making excuses, but I'm going to take it. And they're all laid out and I can see them. I am going to have to actively look at what I am using, and when I'm getting ready and putting outfits together, looking at all the bags and trying to give them all a share and be wearing them all and not have bags just sitting here that aren't getting used, especially not whenever I have a bit of a bag addiction, as we all know, and I keep buying more. And there's 5 on the shelves, never ever used. I don't even want to really think about that. So that was my video today, my 5 bags never used. Thank you so much for watching me. If this has been at all entertaining in my sorrow, in my shame, in my pain, please do consider giving this video a thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you again in the next one.